Pal, welcome back to SUMELEVATE. In this video, I will be telling you how we can become humble, as Kendrick Lamar says. So, being humble. If we think of the opposite of being humble, we think of a person who's running a certain country. I'm not going to say any names. But we think of the ego. We think of the egoic mind. And when we think of our ego, it really stops us from becoming humble. Now, I myself used to have a big ego. I still do at times, and it comes up in unhealthy ways. However, I can now facilitate it, cultivate it, manipulate it, according to the way that I want to. And this is really important when it comes to humility, because we have to be able to catch ourselves. And in moments where we are interacting with someone, we have to remind ourselves, zero judgment, zero judgment, zero judgment. So affirmations like this have helped me to become more humble. When I'm talking with someone and I feel like judging someone else, then I say the words, just like me, right afterwards. That person is a loser, just like me. I'm kind of a loser sometimes. That person is so arrogant, just like me. This, just like me, it brings us all on the same wavelength. It helps us look at the similarities and not the differences in people. So one important thing we need to understand about humility is that we have to step out of this identity way of thinking and away from the little petty things that we worry about and worry about the grand scheme of things and the bigger picture and how we can help the planet. Because when we're trying to find a way to really increase our self-worth, we feel like pushing others down at times. It becomes a competition. But really, when we're humble, we're looking for collaboration. We're looking for people to help us on our journey. We're looking for ways in which we can rise together. We're helping others to rise with us. And being inspired by people and not looking at people and becoming jealous. So, this is really difficult to do. This is not an easy task. However, when we start this journey, we have to confront the different stereotypes, the prejudices, the things that we've seen in the media that really perpetuate in the back of our minds. We have to catch ourselves. And when we really untangle our own judgments, we'll find our way throughout the world and being more humble automatically. And I think we have to really listen to people at times and learn from them, instead of listening and thinking, when am I going to speak next? When is it my turn? It's really difficult to maintain a proper ego for oneself where our identity is not being threatened, when we're constantly worried about what other people are thinking of us. And so a way to break out of this kind of normative way of thinking is to do things that are a little bit shocking to us, that get us out of that sense of self-centeredness, looking into a newborn's eyes. That's not when we're thinking of ourselves. Looking at the stars, we're definitely not thinking of ourselves then. So when we have this feeling of awe, this wonderment, this feeling of serendipity, automatically our ego kind of drops in these moments. They humble us. Certain experiences humble us. Say that we go through a painful experience, a certain trauma of some sort, problem that we've overcome. These moments can be very humbling. It's important to recognize that we're not becoming humble for the sake of ourselves, but we're becoming humble so that we can give value to others. So when we are becoming selfish and doing things for ourselves, that's not really a nice way of looking at it. But when we're being selfish for the betterment of others, when we are focusing and shining the light on ourselves so that we can give back value, that's when it is acceptable. However, again, it's all about catching yourself. So when you are in this moment where you're really taking responsibility for your actions and you're owning up to your mistakes, and you are going inwards and finding out a way in which you can handle your own humility, that's when it's truly beneficial. And I think that sometimes we need other people to help us to become humble. We need to look for the support at times, because a lot of the times people will have a distorted way of looking at something, a kind of lens which has a cognitive bias of some sort. So when we have a supportive environment of people that are helping us to catch ourselves along with us, and we're working in this synergistic way, then it's really going to benefit us more. I think it's important to recognize that humility is a lifelong process, and it's always a journey, and it's going to unfold as it should, and we can't force it sometimes. However, what I mentioned before, it's just a way of really understanding ourselves better, coming to terms with ourselves, and really finding a way to live and learn. And every single little egoic mistake where we catch ourselves, we can again find that power that will ground us, make us more humble, and make us spread the most amount of value that we can give. Thank you for listening. This has been SUMELEVATE Productions. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this video, and make sure to share it with your friends. Stay humble. Be humble. Be well. Be healthy. Be wise. This is SUMELEVATE.